How you fuckers doing? Happy Valentine's Day, the most disgusting fucking holiday available. But if you're spending it with a loved one, have fun, you know. I'm not hating because I'm alone, people. I don't need to be with someone to validate my existence. Call me weird, but it doesn't matter. If I offend anybody tonight, seriously, just fuck off. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but you lose some of the conversation when you're trying to censor yourself or not step on toes or just basically offend anyone in general. So I kind of just want to do one where I let go and just candidly say whatever the fuck I want, so it doesn't matter. But definitely, obviously, since it's fucking Valentine's Day, we're going to talk about the topic a little. Just things like how it's a Hallmark gross display based on a massacre and a guy that married people and was stoned to death, and yet, you know, you don't love somebody if you don't go out there and buy something for them, because nothing says I love you like cheap shit made in China for slave labor, where like a 6-year-old kid probably lost a finger in the process or was working with lead materials. Have fun buying door toys. Just saying. But as usual, I'm here with my friend Brad.
What's up, folks?
We've been waiting to get this one going for a while, 3-4 hours now.
Yeah.
Things kept falling through. I really wish we could do these live, because then you guys could really see what the hell goes on and how this happens. But we'll get there eventually. Right now, it's just two guys and a mic and a dream. And that was so fucking corny.
No, I think what you're getting at is this is the lube. This part's the lubrication, folks. We're just cracking the bottle and squeezing out some, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just putting my thumb on the ass to see if she's into it, you know, before you make your move. You don't want to make a rude entry.
Right. Before we start fucking slinging cameras around like we're celebs and shit, we're gonna fucking see if you dickheads even think we're funny or not. That's still to be decided, I suppose.
Shit, I don't know if we could get any.
As far as I'm concerned, let the fucking haters rant. Bring it on, motherfuckers.
Trolls gonna
Nothing
troll.
I like more than watching a bunch of fucking idiots fight online. Holy shit, that's like winning the Special Olympics, folks. You're still a fucking retard.
Listen, we're working with such bare bone material. First of all, I'm running this thing entirely free through different social networking sites, which is cool that I could do that in this age. There was a time where someone like me would never get a shot, not without proving myself, but it is a lot of work to correlate all the links and update everything and get stuff to process. But it's fun. I'm having a blast doing it. I'm learning a lot about different things and how they work. I'm looking into RSS feeds now. It's I admire the people that run a podcast every week religiously. It's got to be a lot of work. I mean, I watched the Joe Rogan one a lot, and that Red Band's got to be busy as hell. That dude does like 7 podcasts a week or something like that. But back on Valentine's Day, I was close. I'm not gonna lie, I was close to having a date today, and I kind of just said, "Nah, you know what? It's too gross, even for me." I mean, I probably could use a good lay right now, but it's been a while. But you know, I'm giving away a lot right now. But I couldn't go through it. It felt like an easy one. It felt like a guaranteed thing just out of like this girl's desperateness. And because nobody wants to be alone on Valentine's Day. And I just felt like a vampire preying on it. Let's be real. It's just, if I'm aware of that, I now have an ethical dilemma. Because if I go through it, I'm a sociopathic fucker. But if I don't, then I could be self-righteous or preachy, and then I gotta walk that line. But I'm just sharing with what I'm dealing with at the moment, and instead I would rather sit here and rant and yell at people on the internet, because that's where I'm ranking Valentine's Day at the moment. It is below talking to a microphone in a room, sounding crazy. A major holiday cannot top that. But then again, I'm not a fan of any of the holidays, to really be honest with you. I mean, I have some nostalgic attachment to Christmas from my childhood, but Christmas hasn't been fun like a lifetime. So that one said to me too. It turns into a pissing matches for most families where, oh, you're doing this wrong, or oh, so and so is doing this and doing great, and what are you doing with your life? You should go into this. You should be doing that. You know the family thinks this, and it's like I don't give a fuck. Where are you people every day? Nowhere to be seen. You have nothing to do with my functionality in my life. It's just some vague story, like, I don't know. It's the weakest connection you can have. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's families out there that like are genuinely happy to fucking see each other. I just don't happen to come from one of those families. I'm part of, I think it was 75% of the country's families are now dysfunctional.
I wouldn't doubt that one bit. That sounds like an actual forgiving statistic, to be honest with you. And with that being said, I had a fucking great childhood, but I'll say the further I seek knowledge, if you will, that sounded pretentious as fuck, but going to college for philosophy and psychology and shit like that, you know what, I'm just, and the more we talk about life and experience and reality, and, you know, I think what you're getting at here is that we, as human beings, attach ourselves to way too much bullshit. And like you said, do you want to fucking honor some veterans for doing their duty according to their country and da-da-da? Awesome. Fucking more power to you. You want to fucking worship that you love your wife and you want to be all lovey-dovey with your girlfriend on Valentine's Day? Fucking hey, go for it. But I think it comes to a point, just like drugs or anything else, there's a fucking line, and there's something called keeping things in check. And I don't know, I think we're sort of gluttonous with our holidays and our celebrations and our over-attachments to ethnocentrism and fucking tradition and the rest of the cultural bullshit that just blocks our ability to be here and now.
Well, as I get older, I'm not going to blame it on cynicism, but the notion of holidays, I pull away from them because I want to pull away from the general experience that most people have in general. So if holidays are like a thriving point for that kind of lifestyle, I don't want to be anywhere fucking near it, not with a 10-foot pole. Because if anything's proven, it's that living that way is an empty shell of an existence. And it goes beyond the holiday.
Hey, just to prove to these folks that this is a all-natural fucking phenomenon they're listening to, if they are listening or watching or what have you, I'm getting some crazy-ass buzzes and peaks and CPU shit going on here electrically. So I'm going to pause this for just a moment and solve this problem. It's kind of trippy, actually. We sound like robots and shit.
Yeah, that was happening the other day.
But
people are going to think we're a simulation. But are we?
Yeah. We could be.
Yeah.
My validation of my existence is purely up to you folks. Anyway, I'm going to fucking pause this bullshit and we're going to figure out if we can take that effect or whatever you want to call it away. And if we can't, fucking deal with it. Be right back.
Nothing.
I don't see any spiking. No, I do not. I'm watching the meters. It's a little bit of... That's normal. You're supposed to see that. Nope, no spikes. Alright, cool. Pause, man.
So I think this is going to be glitchy no matter what I do. I'm back. I'm rolling solo. So let's see if I'm not too self-conscious to fucking pull this off. Got other people in the house and it's not like a soundproof studio, people. So, but at least I got the headphones and I can hear myself talk. We only work with one pair, by the way. That's why earlier he had to interrupt and say it was messing up. Because I can't tell. I have to just rant and hope that my voice is at an alright volume. So if it's a little loud at points when I'm talking, it's usually because I don't have the headphones on. And I'm hoping if I keep this low, it won't glitch too hard. But if the music's blaring a little or in the background, that's for me. That's just to get by. And I can already hear it like going Terminator style, but I'm gonna keep rolling anyway and just see what happens. I suppose I should start with what I was talking about earlier. As far as talking about that girl goes, I just want to say if she ever does hear this, nothing personal. I'm never gonna like reveal anything or anything like that. Just it was a weird situation and you found somebody anyway already, so it doesn't matter. But you know, I definitely stepped away from it. I'm not gonna lie. But felt good to know that I could at least hold a conversation with an attractive woman. Wow, that was a weird confession. But I don't know. Shit's been weird lately. I'm readjusting in my life. I'm in transition, moving between places and stuff, so my view on everything's kind of a little fucked at the moment. But, you know, whatever. I think you get something out of that. And to try to hold a conversation with yourself is not only something that's like you can develop, but it's a dangerous skill because it can bite you in the ass and drive you crazy. You get in the habit of having full conversations with yourself. It can get weird. But this is better than working somewhere like Walgreens like I used to and have to help some old lady who can't understand a photo machine while she screams that she wants like the text and all this stuff written. God, there are so many terrible jobs out there. I feel for a lot of you people. But I hope most of you are aspiring to get the fuck on something better. But I am going to have to stop this really quick and play it back to see how it sounds. Because it is like tweaking out. Alright, I think it's it's as good as it's gonna be. Doesn't sound too bad on the way back. Alright, I gotta readjust it because I gotta like walk over to the other side of the fucking room and click the record, then come sit down. You try not to make too much noise. But where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about Valentine's Day and everything going on in the transition in my life. Well, I'm really close to graduating college and I'm looking forward to it. So now really it's just focusing on the projects I want to do. I don't plan on using my college degree for anything legitimate. It was just a place to fucking figure things out. A place where I could get my head straight, maybe hone a couple different kind of styles of thinking and see if it doesn't do something for me. And doing things like philosophy and stuff has definitely given me a charge and kind of an edge when it comes to conversational skills with certain people. I've had a lot of fun in certain debates or like public conversations when everybody's like a little more open to it, if you know what I mean. But I really want to get one of these down where it's at least an hour or 2 hours and really get going on a conversation without interruption or technical difficulties, but one step at a time. And then there's dead air, because it's me holding the conversation. Well, I guess I should start with what I really am trying to achieve. Listen, I just want to be able to talk about what's actually important in life, and it sounds like such a douchey thing to say, but I want to be a part of that conversation, and I'm probably going to pick up people that are walking around here, by the way. I'm just going to keep going, power through it, fuck it. I can't get sidetracked like I just did, like a fucking scroll that saw shiny keys. But my philosophy teacher asked me, he was like, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I don't know, I just want to be part of the conversation. And that's really what I meant, was being part of a conversation with a pulse to it. Something that is putting all this together and looking forward, not from pre-existing paradigms and stuff like that. And I'm not talking anything revolutionary right now, I'm just trying to like flip the world on its head and see what happens, just because you have to take things out of context and reevaluate them. Otherwise your thinking does become flawed, like I referenced before in a podcast. If you're too into something, you won't be able to pull back and see it for what it is. And even when you think you see it for what it is, it still might be not what it is, because there's about 100 million different viewpoints a certain situation can have, and it's all intent and context and story, and not getting too far off on your own skewed what you're manipulating it to be, because that can happen too. If you become aware of it but you're not intuitive with it, you can imprint the story you want to see, kind of how conspiracy theorists can connect a lot of information, creating a story and a narrative. And those kind of people are terrible, because what they're doing is discrediting said information. That information's still valid, it's just the wrong story is told about it. So nobody says it, because it's a dual-sided argument always. It's always that's it, or it's the real story. It's either the lie through the system you're sold through media and information, which is definitely run through filters. There's no denying that. I mean, we have an FCC just for conduct on what goes on television in this country. We built in censorship to it, and we're still trying to shake it. So I'm not really taking any of that shit seriously. And I never thought I'd be able to do my own thing, but thank God I was born in the age of the internet, because I can say whatever the fuck I want until they really outlaw shit and it becomes a police state. But for now, it's free game, which is sweet. And really, comedians struck gold when they started doing podcasting, because they were great for it. The conversations were awesome. And even when you're talking about like a serious issue or something incredible like quantum physics, it always comes from like a sort of demeanor that is easily translated to a big mass of people. It makes it seem normal to talk about these crazy theoretical things that really are happening. And that you need to introduce that into your dialogue, because that automatically is going to force a shift in how you fucking view things. And I can hear the moaning. I don't know why the fucking music stopped. But, you know, if you heard whatever, that was just other music, people. Who fucking cares, right? Live and let live, motherfucker. And Lil 9 Inch Nails, I'm a 90s kid. I don't even know what the fuck this is gonna end up sounding like, because I have everything blasted and I'm just doing this solo. And I'm sorry for all the later sounds. I'm just drinking coffee by myself, so it's just smoke, smoke, smoke. But I've, through college, seen what the youth of this area has to offer, and it's not fucking encouraging, people. I've met some really cool people, don't get me wrong, and for those of you I've met that I actually get along with and can hold a conversation with, and you've been in my philosophy class and you're fucking cool to me for it, yeah, you're awesome, but it's because you're so rare. You have to at least admit most of the people you hang out with or are surrounded by are fucking retarded. And it doesn't make them bad people, but conflict and problems arise through ignorance. It's not people are naturally that way. It's not people are naturally fucking stupid. And when you are in an area that promotes that fucking kind of thinking, and it's meant to emphasize it, it just, it's gonna multiply and grow at a rapid rate, and then everybody's always commenting on, oh, maybe I'm just getting older or whatever, but this area is so much worse. No, what's happening is evolution and expansion of the fucking population. And we have fucking shitty ideals and motives and conduct. And what you're seeing is a product of a really back-assward way to keep the poverty in poverty. So, you know, make sure you vote next time, because they really are looking out for you. Like they have any fucking say. Maybe in your city, I'll give you that, but anything else, it's rigged. And yeah, everybody always talks about it and jokes about it. Yeah, you don't believe in politics, you just don't want to vote. I would honestly vote if I thought I did shit. I don't believe in any power structure. They're all based in bureaucracies, and bureaucracies are designed to subvert shit for a narrative. It just depends on who's pulling the strings of that bureaucracy. And this shit's really glitching out now, so I'm sorry if it sounds like shit. I'm just gonna keep going. Just the things that bother me about school are the people that I see, and I can't believe that that's really that cliche. Those kind of cliches exist. I mean, they may not be that, but what they're publicly fucking representing is so gross. That and the way the system itself operates, like the experience of dealing with like student administrative services is bullshit. There's a couple cool people that work in there, but the people that handle your information and the important stuff for you give you shit and talk down to you and put you on the back burner, and they're understaffed. It's a terrible setup, and the customer service is awful half the time. And the thing is you're paying to go here. It's not like public school. Like, you're really giving them thousands and thousands of dollars and taking loans out to go there. And you voluntarily show up to do work to earn a degree in hopes of making more money. So that I really think they need to reevaluate how they conduct themselves. Now, that's not to knock on the experience of Corning. I've had a great time there. I've had a shitload of cool teachers, from Dr. V, which we've talked about, to my principal's a business teacher, who's the nicest lady we've ever met, and Paul McNaney, my film teacher. He's a cool guy. I've been talking to him forever. I've had good times with the history teacher, even though I completely disagree with him. Mr. Harrison was awesome. I completely disagree with his narrative of history, but I understand why he doesn't, and he is passionate about it, and he's pretty good at giving you information because he's not dry. And the guy will respect you if you show some intelligence and show some wherewithal. So good teachers will do that. They won't hold you down or have problems with you because you differ in opinion. Now, that's not to say as a student you can be a dick, but you know, if you have a valid point, respectfully say it. And if it's a good teacher, they'll go back and forth with you at least a little bit. And if they don't, you're in a bad class, and you're in for a long fucking semester if you are the person that was even willing to do that in the first place. Because you know 90% of people don't care, but like, it's gonna drive you insane. I don't know. Every experience there has been valuable in a different way, but every experience is. Me and Brad were talking about Stoicism the other day, and I started really watching a breakdown of it, and it's more of a playbook than it is a philosophy about why things are. It's like how. They focus on the how to live life, how to conduct yourself for the sake of a thriving society, which is the narrative we need right now because of all the different rules of mass communication. We need a new ethic, and to change an ethic, you have to go to the root, and to go to the root is the how. And how we currently do it on every level is just fucking wrong. Now, there are positives and highs and lows in this system, but it's nowhere near functional to the point where it needs to be, unless there's an overall plan behind the power elite that we don't know about. And you know, you always want to jump to what's evil, but it could be fucking, they know better than we do because they're privy to information we don't have. That demon is always nagging in the back of my head, and you have to acknowledge it. You have to be realistic. And that's what Stoicism is it functions in realism, and it deals with the problems as they flow to you. So as a problem flows to you, you subvert it and use it as fuel for your fire. Or you can glean something out of that situation if you have the right talent and eye for it. But that's gonna sound like a foreign language to some people. What I just said, I know that they're gonna go, what the fuck does that even mean? And I'm here to say it's okay. It's okay if you don't know what that means. Just keep talking to people that talk like that, and eventually you'll get it. Come to the fucking light, people. We're not haters. If you're really about making shit better, you will not be a douchebag to someone who is honestly trying to better themselves. who's honestly looking to understand it. Be patient with that person. If anything, have empathy, because once you were that person, now some of us develop faster than others, but it doesn't matter. It just is what it is. You were the random calculation outburst in the equation that was you. You are accounted for. This is a matrix in a way, whether it be cosmic or machine driven. We're obviously part of a web that we can't understand. You're part of it. You're connected to it. You're never apart from it. That's the illusion. It's the separateness. That's not some hippy dippy, oh, we're all one shit. No, we really are, because everything's made of the same shit. So, by scientific definition, we are. So, you gotta fucking consider that. Data is data. It's the story you tell with the data that matters. And even if it's not true, if it has beneficial implications, we should do it. Because progress and advancement is all that matters, because eventually you'll land on the right thing, hopefully. Or that's an illusion too. And I just tell myself that because I'm blindly optimistic. It doesn't matter though. Because in the end, it's just an experience, and every experience begins and ends. But it's not to say that it's not a prelude to another one, which most likely it is, because energy cannot be destroyed or transferred. Or not, well, it can be transferred, it cannot be transferred, destroyed, only transferred, whatever, you know what I mean. And I personally kind of like the pineal gland DMT theory of, you trip out into the next thing. So I have random thoughts, like if you shoot yourself in the head, do you terminate the signal? Is that non-existence? Or atheist rights in a way? Atheist rights, right in a way. Stumbling over my words like a son of a bitch. But, what are you gonna do? I got a lot of external factors going on right now. The fact that I'm holding this together at all is pretty amazing. I'm on autopilot though. And all this is going down legitimate. We keep promoting this, and there's no true narrative to it yet. The real narrative for me is I'm here to talk about everything, and maybe I'll hit a topic you like, engage it, try to make it sound different, just for the sake of talking about it, because it's like volleyball, you have to toss it around and get different angles, and it helps the general public. Now that's condescending, but I'm just here to talk because I talk differently. I have a strong background in sales and different things from life experiences. 7 years in the workforce, and this country teaches you things, and what you do with it is up to you. I'm not gonna go out there and force new trucks down people's throats just to make a buck. I don't feel like doing it. I'm more into guys like Ray Kurzweil and Jason Silva, and people who look forward and trying to tell a positive thing that translates. And Jason Silva's shots of awe are great at doing that, because he gives you a little 2-minute snippet about a thought that kind of puts it in awe for you, so you're open to it, and then you have a fondness for it. It's really quite genius. And I can hear them in the next room talking. That's how fucking sensitive this mic is. They could probably hear me too, but this is just falling apart quickly. I gotta make sure the computer doesn't shut off. And we're good. It's been a weird week all around. Different experiences, but whose life isn't really weird when you put it in context? You think of the nature of your life. What are the odds of everything that's happened to you happening to you in the order that it did? It's a scary statistic to think about. That's why math's interesting to me, even though I'll never be a mathematician, but it still is. It's a good way to look at all of it. I'm also very motivated to do all of the things I'm working on currently, because I come from a town which really just wears on you. It just, it brings you down, keeps you here, and is meant to just ruin you. There's nothing here to do. There's no real economy booming. It's kind of becoming more ghetto year by year. If anybody lives in America that hears this, they know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. I don't even have to explain myself. They know. Even if they don't know me, they agree with me. There's a common ethic here where it's like, fuck this place. It's everybody hates it. Weather's terrible. It's here to breed misery in a way. But you can launch pad out of this determined and tough with thick skin. That East Coast mentality people talk about. It really is strong up here because it's a mixture of like hick and urban. It's just weird. It's a weird fucking cocktail. So it's producing weird results. There are like projects that come out of here that are successful. It's fucking crazy. But I will not be one of those people that's like repping Elmira if I ever make it. I just want that to be known. That's so stupid. If where your product from was like the biggest struggle of your life, why the fuck would you say you love it? I mean, I get it, you should, because you got to appreciate it made you what you are, but you can also just understand it made you what you are, and it's fuck that thing. It's about acceptance, it's not delusion. Realism. I'm gonna repeat it. Realism. Realistic. To look at things with causality. Arrive at conclusions. Don't premeditate what the fuck you're doing. Arrive at it with the materials available to you. It's the most effective way to do anything in life. What you do is you're taking from your imagination and creating into reality. And to do that, there are rules because you're bound to the physical world. So whether it be physical tools you need, or supplies, or alignment socially, whatever the fuck it is, use it. Use where you are. It's where you are isn't good or bad. It's just where you are. Things just are. So if things just are, react. Anything there to sidetrack you is mental death. And it's easy. And it's what this society breeds without narrative. And I sound like such a pretentious asshole saying all this, but it's a serious question I have to think about because of where I am in life, where I live, how I live, what it's transpired, its results, everything that I believe could be rationalization to justify my existence. I have to accept that. And so does everybody that ever has a thought. It's just the way it is. It could be completely flawed right down to the core. Our ability to think or talk or do anything could be a complete accident and a male defect or something along those lines. Now, is it healthy to believe in that as your main dialect or philosophy? No. And should you? No. But you have to acknowledge its existence and place it within certain context in your life so it's appropriate and it reflects a certain message to you that you use. And what I just said sounded so convoluted, but it's kind of how everything in life works. And it's just your basic interpretation. You have to realize your interpretation of you breathing right now is what your life is. So if you can manipulate it in a billion trillion different ways, is the sky not the limit? It's just figuring out your specific scenario. Usually, unfortunately, to snap people out of it, it takes a catastrophic event or great personal pain. And either you find the silver lining or you just don't make it. That's why we need to fix the system. If the only way to make a correct functional person is to play those odds over and over again, that is ass backwards how we should be doing things. If we can encourage it with a healthy, compassionate attitude. All I know is that none of this is going to change with the way we do it now. None of it. And until serious rearranging of viewpoints happens, we're fucked. And if you know we're fucked, we probably got a good 20, 30 years, I'd say. I have no idea, but fucking enjoy the shit out of it. Play for those rules. It's not give up. That's that human quality you always see in movies. Hoping in the face of outrageous odds. It's what makes us us. And with that, I think I'm gonna stop with that because that's about as far as I'm gonna be able to take this over with. Just between everything going on. So I'm gonna stop here. And if it's too short, I'll be back. And if it's not, thank you for listening. And I have no idea when this is going up, so I plan on doing something really structured and planned out and fixed really soon. I wanted to talk about Next Stop, which is in June. There's a lot of people we know playing there. It's a good festival. Everybody should go. Look it up. NIKSTOCK. It's up in upstate New York. If all goes well, maybe I'll do 10 minutes of comedy if I'm fucking ballsy enough to go up and eat dick in front of a bunch of metalheads. If it gets me some free shit in the end, though, I'll take it. Because why? It's better than sitting at home on a Friday night, that's for goddamn sure. So until then, all of you, be easy. Don't let anybody fuck with you. If you have to, roll a fat ass joint and do what you gotta do with life. Until then, until they get you anyway, enjoy it for what it's worth. And don't be paranoid. It's not worth the time.